You take the crown when it comes to how this person feels about you here. You're someone who has a lot of restraint. You're very focused, you're very busy. You always have something going on, or you have some type of plan, like a purpose. And that gives you a lot of confidence, especially to other people, even if you're not always confident about what you're putting out. You're not an open book, but you are very generous about who you are, what you've been through, if it can help other people here. And this person really admires that about you, is that you'll do it for the sake if you feel like it can help other people without centering yourself too much. Yeah, universal love. Like, they feel like you love everyone, that you really want the world to be a better place. Not in like a kumbaya energy, because they know that you're smart and you understand that there's going to be differences and that you're not naive about it, but you also have someone that have put a lot of thought. You put a lot of thought in things. You spend a lot of time alone, and because of that, you're able to really unlock a lot of insights, a lot of creativity. You get from source. You don't really get from people, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, of course, you get inspired by other people here and there, and you work with other people, but you do some of your best, most original work when you're on your own. So this person feels like you're not like anyone. Like, you're not inspired by anyone. You're not really totally copying anyone. Like, you make things, and it feels like the things that you come up with are just coming from out of nowhere almost. And then it creates this trend. Very fiery person. This person kind of feels out in the cold because you're always moving pretty fast here. They're watching from afar, and they want to say something to you and reveal something to you because they know that they haven't been saying much lately. You've inspired this person to want to be different and do different. For some of you, it's like they want to do things out of their character. Like, for some of them, I'm hearing dancing. Like, they want to learn how to dance, or they want to dance more, and that's not something that's really part of who they are, or what they're interested in, or what they're good at. But it's like you are someone who just embraces anything, whether you're good at it or not, which I'm hearing is you usually are pretty good at everything you do anyways. So this person really just enjoys that and wants to enjoy what you enjoy in a lot of ways too. They wish that you would spill the tea. They wish that you would say more here. They fantasize about like a happily ever after with you. They want something more here. They want you all to themselves here. But they really see that you have a purpose at the same time. So, because we have aligned future goals, so they're aware that if they want to come into your life, because you are, you're very specific about who you want. You're very specific about who you want in your life or what you want in your life, that they have to align with you in some way or another. They know that you don't want someone who tries to copy them or someone who's like a yes man. So they want to be able to support you, but they also want to bring something to you as well. It's not like they're trying to like invest and like just support you, because they have their own talents and you really inspire them. You're like their muse in a lot of ways. Not necessarily like specific things that you do, but just your general energy really brings them like a breath of fresh air here to them. And it opens up doors. Like, you open up doors in their mind about what could be possible, and you really ignite their passion for you and for life, for other things here, as well as their intuition. They're really exploring this. They're really exploring this intuitive part of them. It's not something that they really felt like they had to or they did as much. They were able to emotionally connect, but intuitively it feels like it's not something that comes the easiest to them. And they see your spiritual strength, and they see that you've been through so much, and yet you're still here, and they see other people with so much more than you, and they're very much struggling in a lot of ways in their life. But you're able to keep things stable. You help them, like, because you speak up and you show your power here. They really admire that about you, and they've been doing that more. So the essence of you here. And that you take those breaks when you need them. Because you know what you want, and you know your purpose, you know your destiny, and you're going to do it the way you want to do it. You're not going to wait for someone to scout you or find you because you believe in yourself. Of course, you feel like you want help, but it feels like for the most part you understand and you honor your sensitivity. You know yourself and what you want and what is deserving of you and what might be too much. You're not trying to mold yourself into something because you're so different that you can't mold. People can mold. People could or should mold into somewhat more like you in some ways. But the reality is that this person just really sees that you stick with things, you stand your ground here, and they learned a lot from you about standing their ground and moving forward and moving above people who are jealous of them, knowing that they can't make any progress with people that are envious of them in that way. They're facing the truth about things. You force them to face the truth. You're like a tower moment in their life here because of your intuition. They didn't want to believe it at first, but now they're really seeing it for what it is. Where else? Yeah, you're very intuitive. You're the high priestess. They really see you as someone who's like really, you know, you've got your radar on for a reason. You've seen way too many times things just not work out in your favor or people taking your ideas. And you'll move on if you need to. But there is this restlessness about you. And this is what that person sees. That there's this restlessness about you here because of maybe the pain that you've been through here. Maybe because of the light that feels like it's always been kind of shone on you. Good and bad. Scapegoat, star. But it's always something. And it's always something you feel like you gotta like live up to. And if you don't, then people, you know, treat you badly. So it's part of the reason why you're restless like that. But yeah, I'm seeing like this restless energy keeps on coming up with you. There's this restlessness in you that you feel like you could do more, but you're not being given the opportunity. And as much as like people appreciate your uniqueness, at the same time you feel like they resent it and they want you to be, and you stand out so much and they try to copy that or they try to push you down so that they don't feel like they need to compete with you. You bring a lot of justice as well. I'm seeing this person's leaving a bad situation where they feel heartbroken here. Someone said something to them, and they want to come towards you pretty fast here too, as well. They're watching to make a move, but they definitely have something really important they want to say to you, or there's something really big that they want to say to you here. It might have to do with the environment around you and them here, and how they really want to change, and they're realizing they're apathetic about it before, but as they see you, you really inspire them to realize that you don't have to stay in one lane. You can go in a different lane if you feel like things are getting too contentious, even if it was like what you wanted, you know? So, I'm seeing that things are going to get better. I'm not sure if... So they might be making you, they might be making a phone call towards you, but they want to bring justice to this connection because they feel very connected to you creatively as well as physically. You're like their wish fulfillment that they could never manifest on their own. They can't even imagine someone like you. So if you would like a read, you can check out my personal page pinned at the top of my profile for all my details. And make sure you follow if you haven't already, and make sure you like and drop down a sword.